pretty well under the circumstances for 20 minutes, but Mike and his crew kind of put it away midway through the second half. So congratulations to them. They're a good club, obviously well coached, and we'll have to go back and regroup.
Coach, in that stretch in the second half, was it a little bit their defensive intensity, a little bit of your shots not falling, a mixture?
I mean, I haven't gone back and watched the video, but I'm sure it's a combination of the two. They play great defense. I knew it was going to be tough with our youth and inexperience coming in here with the way they press. It's hard to simulate in practice. We try the best we could, but we just turned the ball over too much. And then when we did get open looks, we couldn't cash them in. So it's a bad combination. On top of that, they ran some good stuff at the beginning of the second half against our zone, got some good looks, and knocked them in.
Also, the foul trouble in the first half, too.
Yeah, well, our two seniors, the only two guys with any experience, are both saddled with 2 fouls midway through the first half. The first foul was ridiculous, but it is what it is. And then I usually don't put them back in, but I tried to put them back in, and I put Samaje in for a brief minute, and he got his third. So now we're saddled and going into the second half, and he was playing well. He looked very comfortable against their pressure and was knocking down shots, but he never got in a rhythm after that. Mark kind of started forcing things a little bit because he puts a lot on himself because he is the one experienced guy we have. And then when Jaime goes down, it gives us less of an offensive firepower inside. So kind of ran out of horses there for a while.
Do you have any update on them?
I don't really know anything 100. Trainer's initial observation is plantar fasciitis, and he thinks that it's not completely torn, but I've had it. That's a tough deal, so it's very painful. And Jaime will have to, soldier on and try to figure out a way, whenever he can, to play with it. But it's a painful deal for your foot.
They're a team that turns teams over, but you guys do typically a good job of holding on to the ball. Do you think their ability to turn you guys over was kind of a personnel thing, foul trouble, or?
Well, we were down one of our guards, Dexter Dennis, who's probably one of our top freshmen. We got a bunch of them, but he's right there at the top. So he's in concussion protocol. So we knew we were down at least one man. And then when Samaje got in foul trouble, he gave us the extra ball handler with Ricky Torres and Jamarius Burton and Eric Stevenson. So he got 4 guys there for basically 2 or 3 positions. And when Samaje got in foul trouble, Jamarius was very shaky early. Played much better in the second half, but he was turning the ball over and kind of sloppy. Ricky was sped up, and I would say that they sped him up, and that's probably part of what they are trying to do with the run and jump.
What stood out about the defense, the half-court defense in particular from BC? What stood out about their especially in the second half?
Well, the best thing that they do is speed you up. I mean, they do a great job of trying to get you out of what you want to do by basically sometimes giving you easy shots, but other times you're going to turn it over or force something, because when you run at people at half court, you're playing opportunity basketball if you can make that first pass out of the trap, and we struggle to do that.
It seemed like in the second half, the second chances, you guys won the rebounding battle by a lot. Did it seem like the second chances you guys just weren't cashing in on them into the second half?
Yeah, there was the same lid, it seems, with this team. We struggle to score, and then we lose our focus with any type of execution. We get tight, and we kind of just put our head down and go, and that seemed to be the only way we could score in the second half.
You see Jamarius do that. I mean, you feel like can you gain some confidence from that second
Well,
half?
I hope so. That's the deal. You got to try to grow from these experiences. We knew it was going to be a tough game, tough year for that matter, with the amount of players that we had returning from last year. So we got to see growth. We got to see growth from Jamarius. He played pretty well in the second half. Maybe he can follow that up. Maybe we can get Eric to make some shots. He seems to be struggling. He's got some good looks and just can't cash one in right now. His last 3 games, he's really struggled shooting the ball. and hopefully get Dexter back and Jaime get healthy, along with the two seniors, and then those young post players that we've got coming in off the bench.
Coach, for not being in the same conference, we see you a lot. Is this a series you think we'll see? Because we're not going to ask you next year because some of us won't be out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll definitely play next year, and I mean, Mike is a guy that I would love to continue playing. I mean, he does a great job. I've got so much respect for him. I'm very happy for him as the coach of my alma mater to now have this opportunity here at VCU, and I mean, it's a great program. So this game won't hurt us to lose, but it definitely would have helped us to win. Hopefully, we don't hurt them with if we don't have a good year. So it's going to be hard. We knew that going in, but we'll get better. We've got a lot of freshmen, a lot of young players, and we've got some horses coming in next year as well. So there'll be brighter days.
Also, just being a Yellow Jacket what's it like for you just getting back to the area to see many folks come out? It sounded like you had a decent little crowd there for you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw college teammates. I saw high school teammates. I mean, it's just amazing to get back in this area, even though I'm from Roanoke, so 3 hours away, but there was probably 7 of my high school teammates here at the game, and then I saw probably 6 or 7 of my college teammates. One of them, in fact, has an interesting story, and I told him I would say this. His Bob Willoughby from Charlottesville, who played at Randolph-Macon from 83 to 87. He has a missing son. Okay, so Bobby Willoughby, I'm 29 years old. I think I have a flyer on this deal. I'm going to make sure I'm saying this correctly. But his son has been missing since October of 18, and he was last seen in Stafford, Virginia on the 7th of November. 29-year-old, good-looking kid. So that's a real problem. That's a real problem. We lost a basketball game today. It kind of puts it in perspective. So I see my teammate, and he tells me about his son that's missing and anything I can do to put the word out there. Robert Ferguson, Bobby Willoughby. Hopefully he's okay. And, obviously his parents and family want to see him, want to know that he's okay. So.
Coach, much like Wichita State, it's a great basketball atmosphere here. You've been here before. Have you prepare the guys for kind of the crowd and atmosphere?
Yeah, this is our first true road game. I think we played like it a little bit. With 9 new players, we did have the neutral site game at Oklahoma in the Thunder Arena at Oklahoma City. So it wasn't in Norman. It wasn't the Noble Center there. So this was the first true road game, and it's hard to replicate. I mean, it's got a great atmosphere. You guys, I don't know how many it seats, but it looked to be pretty full, and they get into it.
In August, you mentioned that before this series was scheduled, you guys got a chance to chat at one of the AU events in Las Vegas, just about Randolph-Macon and everything. How much you guys got a chance to just chat over the years, or just this year about Randolph-Macon and kind of your connection to how Nunley and kind of?
Yeah, I played for Coach Nunley, and then I was the assistant coach. I'm the only one that did that. Mike's the only one that coached under him and became the head coach. So we both are unique in the Randolph-Macon basketball family as the unicorns, if you will. We were the only ones to do what we did in the dual roles. Mike did a wonderful job continuing that tradition that Coach Nunley and before him Paul Webb had started. And then, of course, Nathan Davis and now Josh Merkel's 10-1. I saw him last night. So, I mean, it's a wonderful basketball program, and there's a lot of people in college basketball that played at Randolph-Macon that can trace their roots back to that program. It's amazing how many of them there are, and I don't know why that is, but, Coach Nunley was a very, very, very talented basketball coach, and he taught the game the right way, and always pull for Mike. I really respect him and like him and consider him a friend.
You touched on it briefly. How much do you follow Randolph-Macon during the course of a season if you get an opportunity to?
Well, I don't get an opportunity very often because they're not on television. I mean, I don't think you can stream their games. So it's, you know, it's just you get so busy in your season. If I love the fact that they're 10-1. I told Josh last night, man, I wish I was 10-1. He goes, well, I've never been 35-0 either. So, but he's obviously doing a great job. And I met with the president of the university today, Bob Lindgren, and he came by the hotel just to say hello and introduce himself. So I'm glad they're doing well. I understand the place is growing. It's very vibrant. I haven't been back in many, many years. I don't have family here, and unless I come to VCU to play a game, I don't come to this area very much. But I should, because I've got a lot of friends and a lot of people that it was great to see today.
I think they do now. They live stream their home games.
They do?
I think they do.
Wow.
Get a chance to go to the website. I think they do.
Okay. Yellowjacket.com.
RMC Athletics.
Okay.
All the, you know, the foul trouble piling up, the Jamie or the Jaime injury, still only a 3-point game at halftime. What did you have? Or did that, you know, give this team hope, or was there just like kind of a foreboding sense that, you know, all these things are going to pile up?
Well, with Jaime in the boot at halftime was kind of depressing. He and Dexter are two of our top 5 or 6 players, you know, and then Samaje Saddle with 3 fouls. I knew it was going to be a daunting task, but at least they kept fighting, you know, and that's the first thing you've got to do with a young team is let them know that they have to fight for 40 minutes. And we didn't buckle today. We buckled a little bit at Oklahoma, but you know, we've played a tough schedule, man. We've played a very, very tough schedule, and you know, we're 7-5. It could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.